Part 1 of the two-part Season 3 season premiere of Harmony and Chaos begins now. Episode 65, Sonic's Revenge. Season 3 season premiere, Part 1 of 2. Dark Oak is scared as he begins backing away from Dark Sonic. Shadow, having regained consciousness, limps over to Twilight, who's tending to a near-dead Rainbow Dash. Shadow, you're alright! I'm a bit banged up, but yes, I'm breathing. How's Rainbow Dash? She's not doing well. She's barely clinging to life as we speak. Shadow notices Sonic in his dark form. Twilight, you need to get Rainbow Dash to the hospital immediately. Alright, but what about you? You need medical attention right away. I'll be fine here, but you and Dash need to get out of here now. Dash needs help if she's going to live. Dark Oak is finished, and he knows it. Look at him backing away from Sonic. The only way Dark Oak can win now is if he gets a hold of you or Rainbow Dash. He can take you two hostage and force Sonic to surrender. Please, go, Twilight. Okay, I love you, Shadow. Please be safe. Twilight uses her magic to telekinetically lift Rainbow Dash off the ground. Shadow kisses Twilight. I love you too. Go, Twilight. The Crystal Empire isn't too far from here. I'll meet you at the hospital. Okay. Twilight flies off, telekinetically carrying Rainbow Dash with her. Oh, no, you don't! Dark Oak fires an energy ball at Twilight, an unconscious Rainbow Dash. Dark Sonic teleports up to the energy ball and stops it with his hand. It can't be! Here, catch! Dark Sonic throws the energy ball back at Dark Oak. The blast hits Dark Oak. Dark Oak is thrown hundreds of feet from the blast. Dark Oak slowly stands as one of his arms have been ripped off due to the explosion from his own blast. Dark Sonic hovering with Twilight. Where are you taking Rainbow Dash? I'm taking her to the hospital. She's still alive, Sonic, but needs urgent medical attention if she's going to have a chance of surviving. Dark Sonic nods. Take care of my wife, Twilight. I'll see you soon. Dark Sonic disappears and reappears near Dark Oak. Dark Oak attempts to fly away. Dark Sonic cuts him off with a kick to the head. Shadow in shock. That's right, Sonic! Finish this bastard, now! Dark Oak hits the ground with a boom. Dark Sonic flies down to the ground near Dark Oak. There's no escape, and there will be no mercy for you, Dark Oak. For the trillions of lives you've destroyed, they will be avenged right now by my hand. Dark Sonic teleports over to Dark Oak and uppercuts him on the chin. The impact of Dark Sonic's punch sends Dark Oak soaring straight up into the sky. This one's for you, Dashy! Dark Sonic rolls into a ball, exposing his sharp quills, and begins spinning, turning himself into a buzzsaw. Dark Sonic blasts off into the air with such speed he breaks the sound barrier. Dark Sonic cuts Dark Oak in half with his spin dash technique, killing Dark Oak instantly. Dark Sonic comes out of his spin dash and hovers in the air, watching the two halves of Dark Oak fall harmlessly to the ground. Dark Sonic gives a smile. An exhausted, battered Sonic turns back to his base form and falls towards the ground. Shadow, seeing this, flies up to catch Sonic. Shadow lands on the ground safely with Sonic. You did it, Sonic! Finally, Dark Oak's reign of terror has come to an end. Shadow puts Sonic down. Sonic slowly stands. Yes, But now Equestria faces a new threat. Nightshade. Precisely. Sonic, I'm not sure you're aware of what's been happening since you were preoccupied with Dark Oak. Well, what do you mean? I'm talking about your sister, Sonia. Sonic, right before Twilight and I left the castle, we sent Sonia in a battle not far from here. Right before I saved Rainbow Dash from Dark Oak's clones, I sent Sonia's life force vanish. This could only mean that someone killed her. I'm sorry, Sonic. Just as the Master Emerald predicted. If it's true, then she has no one to blame for her fate other than herself. Manic and I both tried to warn her about the Master Emerald's prediction about her death if she didn't change her ways. Either way, I don't care about her. The only thing I care about now is getting to the hospital to be with my wife. Shadow nods. Sonic and Shadow run off for the Crystal Hospital. The next morning, word had spread quickly to the rest of the team about what had happened. The team was relieved that Dark Oak had been slain by Sonic, but were saddened to hear the news about the condition of Rainbow Dash following the brutal battle with Dark Oak. After Twilight's announcement over the communicators, the entire team was en route to the Crystal Empire to congratulate Sonic and to comfort him as Rainbow Dash continues to fight for her life. Sonic sitting at Dash's bedside. Princess Cadance enters. I'm sorry to disturb you, Sonic. If you want, I can come back later. No, it's fine. What do you need? I thought it would be respectful if I were the one to inform you that your sister Sonia was killed in a battle last night. Her body is down in the hospital's mortuary. Thanks, Princess Cadance. What exactly happened leading up to her death? I sensed Sonia attacking you guys right before Dash and I were assaulted by Dark Oak. Starlight and Will Atkinson teleported to my palace last night to inform me that your sister Sonia was going to attempt to enter the mirror portal to kill her husband Aeon and steal his magic crystal so she could use it to absorb the Triad of Power. Just moments before Sonia arrived, Aeon and Sunset Shimmer came through the portal. Once Sonia arrived, she immediately began her attack upon Aeon. Starlight intervened in the battle to try and save Sunset Shimmer from Sonia, but Sonia overpowered her and began to telekinetically strangle her with her magic. Will, in order to save Starlight, stabbed Sonia in the heart with his horn. I see. So it was Will who killed Sonia. Sonic, please don't be angry at Will. He was only protecting Starlight. I'm not angry at Will, Your Majesty. Indeed, he did what he needed to do to save Starlight. It's a shame I couldn't do the same for my wife. How is Rainbow Dash? Still very little brain function. The doctors aren't sure if she'll ever regain consciousness again. I can't believe what that monster Dark Oak did to my Dashie. She's the sweetest, most caring being I've ever met in my life, and gave everything she had in her to protect me. That's who Rainbow Dash is, the element of loyalty. It's always been in her nature to protect the ones she loves so dearly, even if it meant sacrificing herself to do so. She's tough, Sonic. She's going to make it through this. I really hope she does, because I will never forgive myself if she doesn't. Meanwhile, the province of Europony, Nightshade's castle. Fidget is closing down the museum for the evening. He notices Nightshade still admiring the artwork. Excuse me, sir, but the museum is closed for the evening. Nightshade turns around. Ah! Fidget is startled at the sight of Nightshade. I love what you've done with my castle. Celestia told me that you've been the caretaker here for the last 27 years. Prince Nightshade, you've returned! Nightshade spots a statue of himself. Roar! Nightshade fires an energy beam from his horn and obliterates the statue of himself. Fidget screams. I want all statues of me removed from my castle, immediately, Fidget. But I worked really hard on them, and I will only say this once more. This is no longer a museum. This is my castle, and I'm here to reclaim it. And I want all statues of me to be removed, now. Legally, this castle belongs to my family, sir. You know of my history, do you not? Of course, Nightshade. The whole planet knows about it. Then I suggest that if you don't want to end up like that statue, that you do as I command you to do, and remove these statues at once. You can either serve at my side, caretaker, or die. The choice is yours, Mr. Fidget. All right, I choose to serve you, Senpai. What did you just call me? Senpai, it means master in Merlasian, sir. Does this look like Merlasia to you? No, Master Nightshade. Master Nightshade. Very well then, you have made your choice, and a wise one at that. For your first task, I want you to remove every statue of me from this castle. I've just spent the last 800 years encased in a stone prison. I don't need any reminders of that experience. Are we clear? Yes, Master Nightshade. I will have all statues of you removed immediately. Fidget quickly leaves to do what Nightshade asked. Nightshade places his right front hoof on his forehead. Ugh, now I know how Celestia feels. Good help is so hard to find. Meanwhile, the X-Tornado. Chris is flying himself, Amy, Manic, and Pinkie Pie to the Crystal Empire to visit Sonic and Rainbow Dash in the hospital. I can't believe Sonic actually killed Dark Oak this time. It's a blessing that he's dead. Maybe now Cosmo can finally rest in peace, knowing that the universe is safe from his tyranny. That guy sounded like a really bad news. I just hope Rainbow Dash makes it. I'm really sorry about your sister Sonia, Manic. She made her bed, Amy. Now she gets to sleep in it for an eternity. I don't understand how she became so evil. It's called ambition and lust for power. Aeon told her about how powerful she was, and then filled her head with all that try-to-power nonsense that it all went to her head. The important thing is that you don't blame yourself for her death. Both you and Sonic tried to warn her about what was going to happen if she didn't change her path. Believe me, Double P, I don't feel guilty at all. I'm more worried about Sonic and Rainbow Dash's well-being after what they went through last night. I'm really scared for Rainbow Dash. According to Twilight, she's in really bad shape from the fight her and Sonic had with Dark Oak. She's lucky she's still alive after a battle with him. Yeah, Twilight said over the communicators this morning that Rainbow Dash hasn't regained consciousness yet, and that the doctors believe she's fallen into a coma. Well, if any pony can do it, it's Rainbow Dash. Meanwhile, the rest of the Sonic heroes and the Harnessers of Harmony are aboard a commuter train to the Crystal Empire. I can't believe poor Rainbow Dash is fighting for her life against that brute, Dark Oak. At least Sonic put an end to him for good this time. Yeah, even still though, I'm mighty scared for Dash too. You should have seen the look of fear on Twilight's face when her and Shadow sensed what was happening to her. I only hope they made it to her on time to get her the medical attention she needed. It might be a good idea if we give Sonic some space when we arrive. He's in a very fragile emotional state at the moment. Well, of course he would be, darling. I mean, his wife was nearly beaten to death last night. What Knuckles is trying to say is that Sonic could still be a bit angry following his transformation into his dark form last night. Exactly. In order for Sonic to transform into his dark form, it takes pain and anger to awaken it. The residual energy may still be lingering inside of Sonic and could cause him to transform again if we were to upset him, even slightly. This would cause Sonic to explode with anger and could trigger him to transform again. And if that were to happen, it could have a catastrophic consequences. I understand. Oh, the poor dear must be in absolute agony right now. The important thing is that Sonic knows that we're all here for him. Tails staring out the window of the train. What's on your mind, Tails? You haven't uttered a word since we left Ponyville. I'm just worried about him. Who, Sonic? Yeah, I know what he's going through. I only hope that Dark Oak didn't claim Rainbow Dash as his last victim. I know what it's like to lose someone you love to Dark Oak, and I don't want Sonic to have to endure that. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, Tails. If Dash dies, it will devastate us all. You know, I hate to bring up more bad news, but this needs to be addressed as well. Then please spare us, Knuckles. I agree with Rouge, Knux. I can't handle any more bad news either. All I was going to say is now that Dark Oak has been defeated, we have to turn our attention to an even greater threat than him. Ah, yes, Nightshade. Exactly, him. I sensed his power yesterday, and it's unlike anything I've ever sensed before. Knuckles is correct. His power exceeds that of King Sombra after absorbing 4 Chaos Emeralds, and we were nearly killed by him in battle twice. We won't be able to defeat Nightshade by fighting him. The only option we have in our arsenal would be Twilight, once again using the Harmony Chaos Cannon, like she did against Sombra. Twilight says there's a chance Nightshade could be reformed. I doubt that highly, Spike. A power like that won't stay humble and quiet for long. It's not safe for Twilight to be using that thing. Why not? She used it to perfection on her first try against King Sombra. Silver uses his telepathic abilities to read Spike's mind. Ah, I see why Twilight can't use that weapon now. You read Spike's mind with telepathy, didn't you? I did. And not to worry, Spike, Twilight's secret is safe with me. What secret, Silver? It's none of your concern, darling. I feel guilty enough for knowing the truth. My apologies for entering your mind, Spike. It's okay, Silver. The Crystal Hospital. Sonic is sleeping in a chair with his head resting on Rainbow Dash. Twilight enters with Rainbow Blaze. Thanks for notifying me, Your Highness. Not a problem. I just wish it were for a better reason. I'll leave you to tend to your family. Twilight gives him a hug and exits the room to visit Shadow and his. Rainbow Blaze walks over and places a hoof on Sonic's back. Sonic begins to wake up. You took quite a beating yourself too, huh, Hedgehog? Dad, I'm sorry this happened to her. I told her not to follow me, but I know my Dash, and there's no way in Equestria she wasn't going to get involved in that fight to protect you. That's who she is, Hedgehog. Answer me this. Did you kill the bastard that did this to my baby girl? Yeah. I literally cut him to pieces for what he did to my Dashie. I just wish I could have saved her from this. It ain't your fault, Sonic. Dash chose to fight at your side knowing the risks, because she loves you. There was never a chance of you talking her out of it, neither. But Dad, it is my fault. She gave everything she had in her to protect me. No matter what Dark Oak did to my Dash, she kept getting up to help me. And when she needed me the most, I was unconscious. Sonic buries his head into Rainbow Dash's abdomen and cries heavily. I'm so sorry I let you down, Dash. Please, come back to me. Starlight Glimmer knocks on the door. Will is standing next to her. I'm sorry, Sonic. Is this a bad time? Sonic slowly looks up to acknowledge Starlight and Will. It's okay. I needed to talk to you two anyway. I'll be right back, Dad. Sure thing, Hedgehog. Sonic gets up from his chair and exits the room with Starlight and Will. Sonic, I just want to say I'm sorry. You don't have anything to apologize for, Will. Yeah, I do, Sonic. You wanted a chance to save her. Stop, Will. Sonia made her choice. You did what you had to do to save Starlight. My sister died because she went ahead with her evil plot to absorb the Triad of Power. She got exactly what she deserved. End of story. All I care about now is the well-being of my wife. Speaking of Dash, how is she doing, Sonic? She slipped into a coma, and the doctors believe that her injuries are so severe that she'll never come out of it. Those machines are the only thing keeping her alive right now. She needs a miracle, if I'm being honest. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have family to tend to. Sonic storms back into Dash's room. Meanwhile, Shadow's room. Twilight enters. Hey, I have some good news for you. Oh, really? And what's that? Your doctor said you'll be released tomorrow morning. And what about Rainbow Dash? Not so good. The doctors don't believe she'll ever recover from her injuries. She's in a coma, Shadow. Come here. Twilight somberly snuggles in and cuddles with Shadow. She doesn't deserve this, Shadow. She gave everything, sacrificed everything to protect Sonic. She's the element of loyalty for a reason. Even knowing she was no match for Dark Oak, she did everything she could for Sonic and Equestria. I have nothing but respect for her. I just can't imagine her not being around anymore. Her infectious spirit, the way she laughs at a joke. I'll even miss her sophomore pranks. What are we going to do without Rainbow Dash? No pony alive can replace her as the element of loyalty because there's no pony else like her. Don't count Rainbow Dash out yet, Twilight. She's a warrior, and she's going to continue fighting until she comes back to us. I want to believe that, but I've never seen any pony take the kind of beating she did last night and survive. Little was known about Aeon's crystal, other than it can absorb energy, which Aeon could then use for his own benefit. Hence, why Sonia needed the crystal to absorb the Triad of Power. What our heroes didn't realize was that Aeon's crystal had the ability to heal, so much so it could also resurrect the dead, as long as the deceased still had their organs intact, and were within range of the crystal's healing powers. Though the prospect of this seems nice, there are instances when it's wise not to wake the dead. Aeon's room. Aeon finally waking from his injuries at the hands of Sonia. Where am I? Aeon, you're awake. Sunset, you're alive. Where's Sonia? Take it easy, Aeon. You're in the hospital following the fight with Sonia. You don't need to worry. She's dead. Who killed her? It was Starlight's boyfriend, Will. Was that the red pony with the 3 triangles for a cutie mark? Yeah, it was him. He's one of the marks of Herc who formed the Triad of Power. Where's my crystal? I have it in my saddlebag. The doctors removed it once you were admitted into the hospital. Good. Could you go and retrieve it for me, please? It's time to heal my wounds and get out of this hospital. It can do that? Yes, in fact there's a good chance everyone in this hospital is going to be healed and cured from all their illnesses and injuries, from the power of my crystal. Sunset Shimmer nods and goes over to her saddlebag and retrieves Aeon's magic crystal. Are you sure you should be doing this? Yes, because I refuse to sit here in agony. Sunset Shimmer gives Aeon his magic crystal. Aeon closes his eyes and summons the healing powers that lie within it. The crystal begins to glow violently as a huge light engulfs the entire hospital. Rainbow Dash's room. Sonic in shock, witnessing the light show. Now what? Rainbow Dash's monitor begins going crazy as her heart rate picks up. As Aeon promised, the healing powers of the crystal have begun healing every patient in the hospital of all their illnesses and injuries. There were also 5 dead in the hospital's mortuary, 4 ponies and a female hedgehog. 3 of the ponies were not restored to life because their organs were removed from their body, preventing dark magic from resurrecting them. Meanwhile, down in the hospital's mortuary, the mortician is in shock as he begins to hear banging coming from one of the holding beds that holds the deceased as they prepare to be drained and have their organs removed. He quickly rushes over and opens the cell and is in shock to see the deceased pony has been restored to life. This pony was also cured of the illness that took his life, thanks to the powers of Aeon's crystal. Sweet Celestia! I'm alive! But how? Your organs weren't removed yet. Some pony must have used a dark magic healing spell to revive you. But who? No pony else was down here. The mortician frantically rushes over to Sonia's death chamber and opens it. To his horror, Sonia's body is missing. The mortician, in a state of panic, rushes over to his phone. We have a situation down here in the mortuary. Meanwhile, back in Rainbow Dash's room, Rainbow Dash's eyes shoot open. She quickly regains her wits and flies into the air and begins hovering over the bed. The sudden jolt of movement caused Dash to rip out her IVs and medical equipment that was attached to her. Aeon's crystal has healed Dash completely from all her injuries sustained in the fight with Dark Oak. Rainbow Dash! Rainbow Dash, hearing Sonic's voice, slowly lowers herself back to the ground. Sonic, where am I? What happened? Sonic embraces his wife and begins kissing her. You're in the hospital. You were nearly killed by Dark Oak last night. Is he dead? Yeah, I took care of him for good. What just happened? All your wounds, all of my wounds are healed. Don't look at me. The last thing I remember was you holding me. Damn it, Dash. Don't you ever scare me like that again. I'm sorry, Dad. They embrace. Sonic, communicator. Twilight, do you copy? Twilight, communicator. Sonic, you won't believe what just happened. Shadow's wounds mysteriously healed. Yeah, but how did you know? Just get down here to Rainbow Dash's room, now. Alright, Shadow and I will be right down. Dash, what were you thinking taking on Dark Oak like that? I told you to bail in the event of Dark Oak attacking us. And I told you before we left Sweet Apple Acres yesterday that I couldn't make that promise. Sonic, I love you, and when I made my vows to you on our wedding day, I meant every word of it. You mean everything to me, and there's not a thing I wouldn't be willing to do to protect you. I'm sorry, Dash. I've just been going out of my mind worried about you. I'm proud of you, Dash. No matter what he did to you, you continued to fight for us and for Equestria. Honestly, you were the real hero last night. Your sacrifice is what led me to transform into my dark form, and that's what gave me the power to destroy Dark Oak. I honestly thought you had died in my arms last night, and it led me to explode with anger and rage, causing me to transform into Dark Sonic. Rainbow Dash! Oh, Dash, I was so worried about you. The doctor said that they didn't think you were ever going to recover. Well, I guess I proved them wrong. Twilight, I have no doubt in my mind that strange light we just witnessed had something to do with not only Dash being healed and revived from near death, but healed all of us as well. I completely agree with that theory, Sonic, but where did it emanate from? There's no way a pony could have pulled this off with magic. I agree with you. The power I felt behind that light as it engulfed me and began healing me was incredible. Yes, the power behind it was something I've never experienced before in my life. Not only do I feel completely rejuvenated, but I've gained some power because of it as well. Rainbow Dash's doctor rushes in to check on her. This is unbelievable! I've never seen anything like this in my entire medical career. And what would that be? The entire hospital has been healed. I mean, I know dark magic is capable of this sort of thing, but to see it pulled off on this level of an entire hospital being cured at once is unfathomable. I agree. In fact, it's not possible. I've studied magic my whole life, and there's no way any pony could pull this off. It's not only that, Princess Twilight. Down in the mortuary, it was reported that a pony was resurrected back to life by whatever that energy was. What? You can't be serious. My sister Sonia's body was down there. If a pony was resurrected back to life, then I gotta get down there. I'm coming with you, Sonic. Sonic and Rainbow Dash bolt out of the room and head down to the hospital's mortuary. I really wish you would have stayed in your room, Dash. You just recovered from your injuries sustained in the battle with Dark Oak. Sonia is your sister, and I should be there for you. So what happened with her? Apparently, she had gotten into an altercation with Aeon, Sunset Shimmer, Starlight, and Will. She was attempting to steal Aeon's crystal. During the fight, she was telekinetically strangling Starlight, so Will stepped in and killed Sonya in order to save Starlight. We never did make it to stop Sonya, thanks to Dark Oak. Sandash reached the elevator and take it down to the lowest level of the hospital where the mortuary is located.
So this strange energy is what healed me and apparently brought a dead pony back to life?
Yeah, I only hope that Sonya wasn't resurrected as well.
If the mortician removed Sonya's organs, then there's no way she'd be resurrected by magic. This could be a second chance for Sonya though too, Sonic. I'd like to think she's learned her lesson.
And what about you, Dash? Did you learn a lesson from all of this?
Nope. I'm still gonna lay my life down for you, Sonic.
Sonic gives a smile. You're amazing, you know that?
Yeah, I've known for years.
The elevator doors open as they reach the basement level of the hospital. Follow me, Dash. In all seriousness, though, I'd be happy if she were alive, but there's no guarantee that she'll change, even if given a second chance. And after seeing what she's capable of, it wouldn't be good for Equestria if she is alive. Especially now that Nightshade has been set free from his stone prison.
I see your point, Sonic. If Sonya has been brought back to life, then that means the Triad of Power can be summoned.
Well, we're about to find out. Sonic knocks on the glass to the mortuary. The mortician walks around and opens the door for them. I know why you're here, and I'm sorry. Your sister's body is missing,